Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently working on getting our fleets built back up because we are eventually going to end the war in heaven. But for now, it's going to take a while. We do have 253 minor artifacts right now, and like I said at the very tail end of last episode, you may have missed it because I did it post-credits, but at the very tail end of the last episode, I pointed out at some point we went from 29 minor artifacts per month to 30. I don't know why, but I'll take it. That is a good thing, for sure. So we are at this point going to reinforce the Black Tide, of course, and that is going to get a bunch of corvettes building, and the corvettes are, of course, the most expensive part of this. Once the corvettes and destroyers are built, the rest goes pretty quick. So that'll be absolutely wonderful. In the meantime, let's check in on this construction ship over in Euchromia. Okay, so we've finished up here. Looks like there's nothing else to do. So let's send that over to, say, Rontor over here, and let's build a Habitat Central Complex. Beautiful. So that'll keep that construction ship going for a while. Then the question is, what else do we have to do for jobs? Well, we're not expecting much for jobs for a while yet. So that's going to be a bit. We need a lot more pops. We're at 1293, so we're definitely making progress at chipping away from these available jobs. But if we check in at, say, Eolum Prime here, 38 available jobs. That's a lot of available jobs. So yeah, we definitely need a lot of population here. We're currently less than half of our jobs filled. There's also only 36 housing there. We can work on that a little bit later on. Actually, we won't need to. The planetary capital will need to be upgraded, so that is absolutely fine. Now, our Triumph is only active for another 535 days, so we're going to be able to get a bunch of minor artifacts that way, and that is, of course, absolutely a phenomenal thing. We are very, very happy about that one. Oh, you're a Sea Hare class construction ship. For a second there, I was like, hang on, do we have a second, a second science ship? No, we don't. That makes sense then. Cool. So taking a look down over here, we're definitely seeing the Federation making some progress on the Urzuku regulators. But I really do believe that the primary reason that they're making progress is just because they're attacking in more places than the Urzuku regulators can defend. I don't think that these fleets are necessarily capable of eliminating the Urzuku fleets. So that is, of course, mildly problematic, but for now, this is completely fine. We would love to see these end. It would be absolutely wonderful. 14 reasons away from a status quo. Wow, okay. Well, that's absolutely fine. We're not concerned about it. Honestly, if we don't have to participate in these very much, that's fine by us. We are absolutely a-okay with that. So we're going to continue to work on reinforcing the Black Tide here, and we've got 5 corvettes going in. Actually, make that 7. So that is perfect. We're going to be at 48 out of 56 corvettes. So we're making very solid progress on this. We're definitely going to be done with that fleet, I think, this episode. Maybe. We're going to have to do the destroyers, too. But we're going to be getting a lot closer, for sure. I don't think we're going to be done with the White Crush this episode, but we would get there eventually. None of these are any good. Okay. Amazing. Well, that's fine. Hi, pause menu. Let's check through down here and see if any of these orbital docks need any upgrading. No. I have restarted the game, so let's actually see if any of these are correctly upgradable. Okay, those appear to be. This appears to be correct. Hang on. Was all we needed was a game restart? Apparently that's all we needed. These are now working. I mean, that's great. We're very happy about that. This one isn't. But that might be because we're short on other resources. Not here. Oh, we're just short on alloys. That's probably what we've got going on there then. Okay, cool. So a game restart fixed our upgrade issue. That's really good to know. And at this point, we just need more alloys coming through, of course. And we're probably going to need more of these upgrades going through eventually, but this will be fine. This may also be refunding some amount of minor artifacts at some point. I don't know. Maybe. But there we go. We've got some upgrades that we can do here, but we can only do 9 platforms. Why is that? What are we short on? Because this isn't mathing to me. Interesting. I'm not sure what we're short on here. Ah, it was fake. It was alloys. We were short on alloys. It was lying to me, the tooltip. That is fine, I guess. So what is the current price on alloys? It is really high. Okay, we do not want to buy alloys at this juncture.
System survey complete.
I would love to get more of these upgrades completed, but we will need to have some alloys, so we'll just let that build back up for a little bit, and once we get back up to around, I don't know, 10k-ish, we can go through and do more of those upgrades. So that'll be fine. We can continue to work on the Black Tide here, and that is, of course, going to require a few more alloys, but the primary lack here remains minor artifacts, which is absolutely fine. So on this month tick, we'll be able to get one more Corvette, I think. There we go. And let's see what we've got here. So this is 48 out of 56, and this is going to be 53 out of 56. So our Corvettes are going to be done very, very shortly here for the Black Tide. Now, we are full on food, and we should sell off a bunch of that. We absolutely tank the price of food, but it remains low regardless, so that's okay. And I'm definitely not going to be buying alloys at this point, but I'm watching this number, and there are factions that are buying alloys at this price. That's insane. Look at that. Somebody just bought. Nuts. That is absolutely nuts. I would never buy alloys at that price. 16 energy credits, almost 17 energy credits per alloy? Pass. Definitely pass on that one. So back down over here, we do have the Nunkey station here, which we can do some upgrades on. 2 platforms would be upgraded. Okay, so that's just these ones that are building. They weren't built at quite the proper standard. That's fine. So we're not too worried about that. That'll just keep going for a while. Torfree Star Station is going to want to upgrade 10 platforms here. And then no platform will require an upgrade. So that looks good. No problem there. Penix Station here, we're going to need to upgrade, well, 33 platforms, apparently. And now no platforms require an upgrade. That looks good. And then Kazabius here, 22 platforms would be upgraded. And no platforms require an upgrade. Wonderful. And then we've got Markaz down over here. So only 8 platforms will be currently upgraded. That's not necessarily accurate. We know that we need alloys for this, right? So that is absolutely fine for the moment. I'm just going to get these going, and that will get a number of those upgrading. How are we doing on minor artifacts? Okay, we're definitely not getting any minor artifact refunds, but this might not have... Yeah, this doesn't have any right now. So that's fine. Does Wheat Barrel? This is the only other place where we would do upgrades. No, it does not. Okay. So that is absolutely noted. We are constructing Fire Coral class defense platforms here, and that will finish up eventually. I do want to get these Markaz station upgrades completed, although it looks like we did not quite have enough to pull that off. Niza Taram here needs to be colonized, and we're going to have to wait until the month tick for that, because we don't have the alloys, which is not shocking. So let's let the month tick happen here, and we're going to build a colony ship. So that'll be fine. And we'll also need to queue up orbitals, so that will require additional alloys. So we'll get Niza Taram Prime working here, and of course, we've got 2. Eolum down here as well. Okay, we'll get a second colony ship building, and then up in Niza Taram, we're going to need to build our way through all of this. Where's our construction ship right now? It's down here. Okay, noted. So let's come out over here. Let's build a major. Then we would build a minor here. That's an arc furnace. This would be a major. And then this would be a minor. This would be a major out over this direction. There we go. Nothing out over here, so we would need to come up this direction. This would be... okay, yeah, there's a sentry array there. Sure. That would be a minor. This would be a major. And then we'd need to come up here. This would be a minor. This would be a major. And then a minor here. A major here. In Nisaturam A, we would put in a major orbital. This would be a major. And then we'd do a minor here. A major here. Excellent. And then way out over in the other star system, in this system, it's a trinary system, we would put in that. Okay, so that looks good. So that's done. Now we need to come down to Aeolum and do the same thing. So we're currently up over this direction. That looks fine. Let's come down here and build a major. In this asteroid belt, I only see one large asteroid, so we'd put a minor there. Over the star, we would put a major. And then we've got this world out over this direction where we'd put a major. Aeolum Prime would not get anything because it has an orbital ring, but we put a minor around its moon. Minor orbital here, major orbital here, and then Aeolum 6, we would put in a major orbital. So that looks fine for now. And then we've got the Cephalos, which is currently out in Lem. It looks like it was traveling here, but didn't actually build anything. Oh, this is a sentry array site. Right. Okay. Why don't you come up over this direction? And we can't build it over Lem 3 for some reason, can we? But I would want to build a Habitat Central Complex. Bizarre. Let's just put it over the star. That'll be fine for now. Okay, so that is all looking good. Now I want to come into the Black Tide here and continue to reinforce this. Wonderful. How are we doing on minor artifacts? Okay, we actually need more alloys at this point. We have enough minor artifacts. So that's looking good. Nothing really to be done on the astral threads. However, our triumph is going to be done in 25 days. So let's let this kick forward. All of our alloys at this point are committed to going to our fleets. So that looks great. We're going to run the Rubricator, and then we're going to also run the Omni Codex. So we've got 10 days on this. Now we've got 5 days. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Rubricator active. Now we're going to go in and run lateral artifacting. And then run the Omni Codex. We're at 1311. And now we are at, we should be anyway, at 1314. Perfect. So that'll be good. The Mesoglea has finished up in Diadem. Okay. Well, we do need to order the... Okay, this is going to be insane. This is going to be an insane station. No doubt about it. We need to order up a lot of orbitals here, but we've got the arc furnace, and this is going to be absolutely bonkers what this ends up doing. So that's fine. We're going to put in a minor orbital here. We're going to put in nothing here because that's where the habitat is. We do need to come out over this direction, put in a minor. This is going to be a minor orbital.
Research complete.
This will be a major, and then a minor is going to go up over here. There we go. We've got a minor orbital here and a major as well. The major went first. Okay, sure. So the minor orbital is going to go here. We're going to get a minor here. This is going to be a minor orbital. Another minor orbital.
Ships
and then out
upgraded.
over this way would be a major. This would be a minor orbital.
Ships upgraded.
This would be a
New
minor
frontiers
orbital.
established.
Okay. What else do we have here? Is that everything? That might be everything in this system. I think it is. Other than the arc furnace, but of course we can't do anything there. Actually, hang on. We can put a major over the star. So that looks good. We've just founded Nunki Prime, and that of course means that we want to put in a gene clinic and a single habitation district for the time being. That looks good. And we do, of course, have the sentry array that we'd love to be upgrading, but we don't have the alloys for that right now. Now let's hop into the here, and the Black Tide is going to continue to get
Founding
reinforced.
a new
Just waiting for
home.
the month tick there. There we go. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 destroyers, bringing us up to 9. And if we check in here, we can see 489 minor artifacts. That is looking very, very good. Let's go for whatever is cheapest here, I think, which would be energy weapon damage.
Ships upgraded.
Cool. That looks great. And we need to continue to pour alloys into our fleets at this point until we run out of minor artifacts, is the idea. So that will be absolutely wonderful. So next up, we can reinforce this fleet yet again, now that the month tick has happened, and we are definitely going to do that. So that's going to be another 3 destroyers coming in. Looks great. What's the price on alloys right now? Oh, it's dropped a lot, actually. This is down to 3. That's pretty decent. I'm going to buy in 2,500. I'm going to buy another 2,500. We're not buying more than that. So that looks good, and we're going to continue to reinforce this fleet. That uses up all of our minor artifacts that we just got. Beautiful. So that's pretty much all of our destroyers done. I think we're going to need a few more, but that's going to be pretty close to all of them. We can continue to hit the reinforce fleet button. And of course, now these alloys can start going down over here again. So we've got the Nunkey station here, which is going to need a few more upgrades, which we can definitely do. It will need more beyond that as well. And then we've got the Markaz station here, which is going to be completed fairly quickly. Wonderful. And then we've got the Weed Barrel station. And this is going to need a few upgrades here and there for sure. Just waiting for the month tick here. There we go. Cool. And this is a RAS Prime, so we're definitely going to put in a gene clinic here and a habitation district for now. Just the one. So that all looks wonderful. Of course, these anchorages and this trade hub, they don't actually need to be upgraded. So we're just ignoring that for the time being. That looks good. So Weed Barrel at this point is the only thing that we need to technically upgrade. So that is absolutely wonderful. I do want to continue to pour resources into the Black Tide here. You can see we're going to be at 22, and we're currently at 78 minor artifacts. So we definitely need to put some more alloys into this. There we go. Now we're at 38, and each one of these is going to require like 41. Yeah, like 41 minor artifacts. But this is going to put us up to 23 out of 25. So we're very, very close to getting this fleet completed. That seems very good. We are incredibly happy about that. On the next month tick, we should be able to get ourselves another one of these destroyers coming in. So that's 24 out of 25, and that's absolutely wonderful. You can see here that this is indicating about 3,000 more minor artifacts to get our fleets fully built up. So that is looking phenomenal. Let's continue to work on these, but we're building more defense platforms here. They will require upgrading later on, so that's fine, but the majority of our defensive platforms are now on the correct version, which is really good. I'm very, very happy about that. And of course, we are working on getting all of this colonized up, and we're up at this point to 1322 pops. That's a significant growth, actually. I love it. That's really, really great. Absolutely phenomenal, in fact. So we're still working on these destroyers. Our shipyard is going to be idle very soon. Let's go ahead and get this going. That'll be fine. And at this point, I mean, we do need more minor artifacts for sure, but it's looking good. Embassy? Yes, we agree. That sounds good. Okay. So we're up to 2.8k alloys at this point, and the question is, what is the next thing that we're going to spend those on? Well, we could definitely upgrade some of these stations. That would be a very good thing to do, no doubt about that. The Fire Corps class defense platforms here are still being worked on. I'm going to actually cancel these non-upgrading versions. There we go. Excellent.
Founding a new home.
There's not enough room for this platform, missing 42 slots. I think it's confused about our upgrades, because I was just 43. Yes, it is confused about the upgrades. So we're going to have to let the upgrades finish before we can queue these. Okay, that's definitely a bug, but it's not an unmanageable one. So that'll be fine for now. We're at 8.8k alloys. That means we can upgrade our sensor array fairly soon. I do want to get this fleet worked on, though. This is 10% of the cruisers that we need overall, which is actually like 11% of what we need right now. Something like that. Okay, so that'll be absolutely fine for the moment. Let's check through our jobs here. Actually, Kanides Prime needs a little bit of housing. That'll be fine. We can put in a generator district there for now. No problem there. Spica Prime. Okay, so this is a research station right now, but it's probably not going to remain that. So I do want to put in definitely an ancient refinery here. We are lacking 2 housing, and that's because we never built our habitation district. So let's do something like that. Okay, so Kochab Prime is requiring a job. This is a mining world, and it's as maxed out as we're going to get from mining. So we could definitely pivot over to being like a partial industrial world. We've got 3 building slots here, which means we could put in a civilian industry, we could put in an alloy foundry, and we could also put in a Ministry of Production, as well as an industrial district. And the industrial district is actually the priority. So we're going to get that going first. Beautiful. So now we've got Ebenar here. This is a mining world, and we can definitely put in a mining district to alleviate that housing temporarily. This is a tech world, and I'm definitely thinking that we put in a research lab there. Okay, agri world here. We can do an agriculture district. We're getting to the point where we're having actual growth, and that's wonderful. So Valis is not really all that well designed. It's going to be an agri world, but it's not very progressed, and we didn't want it to be our capital, to be honest. We want to move our capital back to Radar Central, but we can't do that until these wars are over. So for now, that's looking fine. A food processing facility and an agriculture district will solve Valis Prime for the moment. Okay, that looks good. So now we can definitely continue to work on the Black Tide. That's another cruiser being worked on. On the month tick, we should be able to get another one going as well. Yeah, 25. So we can build a cruiser like every other month, and then we're going to need 1 battleship. So that's really not too bad. At this point, I would love to get this Sentry Array site being worked on. So let's get that underway. That looks wonderful. And now we can come down this direction and check in on Weed Baril. Okay, this is not going to need much more work for the moment. We can't build these yet. We're missing 22 slots, and we just need to wait for these upgrades to finish, I guess. So for now, that seems fine. The Nunkey Station, however, this is still building defense platforms here. I'm going to cancel all of these for the same reasons as Book 1. And we're going to need to get all of these upgrading, and then we'll rebuild the current version, so we don't have to come back and upgrade them. And that's the only real difference there. I'm actually going to cancel this one too. And I want to get all of our defensive platforms upgraded there. So now we're just going to have to wait for that queue to be worked through, because we can't queue this up in full. But for now, that'll be fine. I don't want to queue it up in full necessarily. We have 26k alloys at the moment, and that's pretty solid, no doubt about that. So let's put some of that into our Black Tide, but we're, as usual, limited by our minor artifacts. So only 1 cruiser going in here, but this is going to put us up to 4 out of 10 cruisers. Yeah, we're really close to getting this fleet done. That's good. That's really solid. The White Crush is, of course, a really long ways away. But as you can see here, we need like 3759, which should be a pretty accurate count of how many minor artifacts we actually need. So that looks good. And at that rate, we're a ways away, shall we say. That'll take a while. But that's fine. We do have... Oh, hello. Why did you scroll back down? Ginog Prime here. There we go. This is going to need a generator district for the time being. That looks good. I'm really glad to see that we're starting to need actual building work here. That is a very good sign. That definitely means we're growing into our economy building. And you can also see our minerals not quite as high as they used to be in terms of gains. So that is definitely noted. Definitely noted. Some of that is going to be because it's going into... Instead of being in locations like this where it's being gathered, right? It's going into Ojlar Secundus, and that's going to be a whole thing. We have a megastructure here. What kind of megastructure is this? Oh, this is our Strategic Coordination Center. Spica is a better example, except for the Dyson Swarm. It's the arc furnaces that I'm talking about here. So we would come down to like Alasia here, and in a location like this, all of this will be funneled into the orbital habitat, right? So that is going to we're going to take a temporary hit, but then it's going to get even stronger later, is the way that that's going to end up working. So that's fine for now. Let's continue to work on the Black Tide here. We're full on food. Sell off some of that. There we go. What's the alloy price right now? Pretty high. And we have quite a lot of alloys at the moment, so we probably don't need any of that. So this is 6 out of 10 cruisers coming in here. That looks great. We're going to be able to get another one on the month pick, which is, of course, phenomenal. And none of our construction ships are currently
Research
idle,
complete.
although they will be soon. Very soon. Cool. So there's battleship build cost and build speed, and city
Ships
district
upgraded.
housing would be really good. We're definitely going to take that. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to finish off the Black Tide here, and then we're going to start work on the White Crush, and it will be fantastic. We'll get all of these fleets built up soon enough. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Hiro Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.